neighborhood. Neighbor? I am the Martian ambassador.
Des Moines and all of Central Iowa, welcome to Max World Live. Max World is your world. Every day we talk about the issues and topics that matter most to you. And as always, it's your voice we want to hear in Max World. So join the conversation by calling 515-244-0077. And now, here's the host of Max World Live, J. Michael McCoy.
Good afternoon, 6 minutes after the hour of 3 o'clock. I just did one of those Bill O'Reilly point at the camera. This is the No Spin Zone. Starts right here. All right, 15th day of March. Do you know what? I'll give you 3 guesses, Chris Roloff. What is 1 month from today? Today's March 15th.
April 15th.
Your birthday.
Frank's right.
Your birthday?
My birthday is coming up.
I was also right, by the way. I mean, it is April 15th.
Yeah. It's the day that Abraham Lincoln got shot. It's the day the Titanic hit the iceberg. It didn't sink till the next day. It's the day Pastor Mike Householder was born. And then a poor bastard son like me was born in Omaha, Nebraska. And what could become of such a worthless soul if Jesus hadn't come along and just said, "Come here, boy. You're not going to do very well in this world because you're all full of yourself. So come on, let me help you out." All right, so welcome, Bob Montserrat, the Cat in the Hat. You heard the verse, or the voice, or the Frank, or I don't know. You're kind of like Trump. I just want to call you the Frank.
Okay. Good plan.
I can see you're excited about that. And it's your voice I want to hear. 515-244-0077. That's the call-in line. I'm going to ask you a question in a minute. And I know you're going to have an answer. It's an easy question. Easy question. Bob, I'm going to give you a chance to answer it first. Are you ready?
All questions are easy.
Well,
answers are hard.
I don't know if this one's easy or not, but you know, last was it 4 years ago or 8 years ago? 8 years ago, when Hillary Clinton ran for the presidency and Barack Obama won the caucus. This is not a, well, I guess it is a political question, but it's not really. It's really an Iowa question. It's an Iowa nice question. 8 years ago, when Hillary Clinton ran for president, she skated outside of our state owing thousands and thousands of dollars. And this has all been documented, okay? This is not just me coming up with something. Thousands and thousands of dollars. Well, she's done it again. The Des Moines Police Department have not been paid for their services provided at the Katy Perry concert last October. That was $1,800. The Marshalltown Police Department is owed $2,700. There are other communities across Iowa who have not paid their bills. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Donald Trump also held an event in Marshalltown on the same day as Hillary Clinton. The cost of those services provided by Marshalltown Police was $3,600. Trump's check arrived last month. In my 23-year career, the Trump campaign, actually paying this large bill is the first time this is happening to me, said someone from Marshalltown. Bernie Sanders had a big event. He also paid the bill. But Hillary Clinton continues to have outstanding bills in the state of Iowa. Now, I'm sure I'm not going to be able to get a Hillary fan to call up. It'd be nice. I'd be nice to you. I'd be Iowa nice to you. You know what Iowa nice is? Have you ever heard that? What's that term they say in the South? When they really mean something different, but they say,
Oh, bless your heart.
Bless your heart. Bless your heart, Hillary Clinton, for not paying that bill, because I know that you're a poverty-stricken person. You were broke, you proclaimed when you walked out of the White House a few years ago. And now your measly salary that you're able to draw off of your minimal contributions. Getting close to $800 million. Which is crazy. But she can't pay her bill. So the question I want to ask, let's just have some fun with this. And by the way, this could be Donald Trump. This could be Barack Obama. This could be Ronald Reagan. I don't care what president you insert in here. If there's a candidate that comes into our state and uses our facilities, our goods, our services, our manpower, and they refuse to pay for it, I say you take them off the November ballot till it's paid. You don't count any of their delegates. Now, the problem is that would be the Democratic Party, and they're all gypsies, tramps, and thieves. But the state secretary of state in this state is a Republican. And I think he'd have the power to say they're not on the ballot till they get those bills paid.
Well, sometimes a candidate like Tom Vilsack and others will drop out of the race, and they will negotiate with another candidate to pay their debts off.
Correct.
So maybe Obama got stuck with Hillary's debts last time, and maybe she's waiting around to stick Bernie with her debts.
No, you got it the other. Oh, because you think Bernie can win? Well, tonight is Super Tuesday, too.
Well, I think he will play better up north than he plays. He will play better with the blacks up north than he will play with the blacks down south.
All right, so Mr. Roloff, do you think this is even a legitimate question?
No, I don't.
How about you, Bob?
I think it's upsetting. I think that those people should pay their bills. But
you don't think there should be a consequence?
I think that's a little bit of I don't think the two are related. I think that punishment doesn't fit the crime.
They came here to get the support of Iowans.
Right.
And they received that support. Now they refuse to pay the bills they ran up in getting that, to get that, what am I trying to say, support. So you withdraw the support.
Right, but they weren't buying votes, right? I mean, they were doing.
They will.
I mean, right, but indirectly, right? I mean, they weren't just. They were paying for campaign
events. If they were buying them directly, I'd really like to know.
Right. I don't think the punishment quite fits the crime. But then again, see, here's the assumption in the question. The assumption in the question, and Frank's point kind of goes to this. Against the assumption. The assumption is that Hillary Clinton or any political candidate that does this is doing it maliciously and with intent.
Well, twice in a row.
I understand that.
I admit, twice in a row.
I understand that, but that could be administrative error or just mismanagement of administration.
That riot over there at Benghazi was caused by a video put out by the ISIS.
No, anyway.
Well, let me ask you, Mac, is Iowa the only state where the bills aren't paid, or do we know?
I don't know.
I'm sure this. I would suspect it would happen everywhere.
Yeah, I'm sure I could Google the story.
If you remember right, Ben Carson had to fire a couple of campaign staffers because they were mismanaging his money on his campaign trail. So,
well, I don't know. I guess what. Okay, let me act like the Wizard of Oz for a second and pull back the curtain. You're right. That's probably an unreasonable request. It seems that progressives don't react to anything unless it's unreasonable. I'm waiting for some progressive to tell me they're not going to vote Democratic because Hillary Clinton is a crook. Because she has a track record over and over and over and over and over of lying, cheating, and stealing.
But that's a badge of honor if you're a Democrat being a crook. Bill Clinton was a crook, and he got voted in office twice.
You know what, though? I mean,
he's right. Frank's right.
But we're also pretending that that's not going on in the Republican Party.
It's not. I just told you it's not.
You're telling me one candidate did it. You're telling me that Donald Trump paid his bill. Good on Donald Trump.
I'm talking about Marshalltown. Marshalltown, there was a Bernie Sanders rally, a Hillary Clinton rally, and a Donald Trump rally.
Right, and Bernie paid his bill, and Donald paid his bill.
Right, so Hillary didn't. Now we go back to 8 years ago. We find this is a common occurrence among Hillary Clinton advisors and campaigns. She doesn't pay her bills.
All right, let me read this. It's from Politico. Cash-strapped Clinton fails to pay bills. Hillary Rodham Clinton's cash-strapped presidential campaign has been putting off paying hundreds of bills for months, freeing up cash for critical media buys, but also earning the campaign reputation as something of a deadbeat in some small business circles. There's some, here says a pair of Ohio companies owed more than $25,000 by Clinton for staging events for her campaign. So I guess it's not just Iowa.
So should that play into somebody whether they vote? See, unfortunately,
I think it should make a difference on whether or not you vote for Hillary Clinton. If you are a voter, that should inform your vote. The character of someone matters. So if you're evaluating someone that you would like to run, that you would like to represent you in an elected office, their character should matter. So the character of Hillary Clinton should apply to you as a voter. But that was not what you asked. You didn't ask, should the voting
I asked her if
establishment
she should be taken off the ballot. That's what I asked, right? Take her name off the ballot till she pays the bills.
But
I guarantee you that bill will get paid.
But by what right, though? Do you understand what I'm saying? You have to. I understand your question, but I'm not sure that those two things are directly connected.
All right. Well,
I get your point. I just don't see them as directly connected. I think the punishment is too stiff for the crime. I think she should be held liable and have to pay the bill.
Or what?
I don't know. How do you make people pay you when they owe you money?
I take them to court.
Well, there you go.
515-244-0077. It's your voice I want to hear. Coming up, the government, amid jokes, in Iowa, says they're sticking their necks out. We'll talk about it live here on The Truth.
Credit cards are like grandkids. They love you, sometimes get out of control, and it's fun to get a new one. Who can stop them from piling on?
Hi, I'm Tom Coates with Consumer Credit of Des Moines. At the end of the day, you can return the grandkids, but you're stuck paying off bad credit card debt. We'll help you put the fun back into using credit cards responsibly. Right, kids?
Yeah! If you need help getting credit cards off your back, call Consumer Credit of Des Moines.
Hi, my name is David Burrier, your Hope Coach. I host a live weekly talk show called I've Been There every Thursday afternoon at 5:30, right here on webcast1live.com, and on my weekly radio program Saturday mornings at 10 on Truth Network 99.3 FM. I interview common everyday people who have survived incredible life challenges and who testify to God's faithfulness in the midst of their storms. So join me as we bring a message of hope and encouragement. Everybody needs hope. I know, because I've been there.
Hey everybody, I brought Northern Lights Pizza! And it's got Graziano sausage!
Rockton Prevention is celebrating 25 years of creating a caring community. We want to say thank you to the tens of thousands of Rock High School mentors that have carried our message of health, love, and encouragement to over 1.5 million children, teachers, and parents. Our mentors teach children methods and skills to prevent bullying and drug use. Thank you to all the school administrators, teachers, and counselors for their opportunity to serve you. Rock on, fair citizens, rock on! This is Pat McManus for Rockton Prevention, the Richard O. Jacobson Foundation, and this station.
From the RE/MAX Real Estate Concept Studios, this is Webcast One Live.
21 minutes after 3, 3:21, 15th day of March. Jill King from King's Christian Bookstore thinks you need to stop and pray for you. Because you're just being a meanie. You're not being realistic. You're not actually, you're just being a troublemaker.
Chris Roloff is being a troublemaker. Is that what she said?
Yeah, because you think that Clinton not paying $8.7 million in bills is no big deal.
He's
I think
being
it's a big deal.
obtuse.
Obtuse?
Yes.
Isn't that a color like purple?
Obstinate, obtuse. Take your pick.
By the way, we do have the Service Legends Truth text line at 515-809-0993. Love to have your opinion on this. We are going to move on to some other topics. And later on, I have got... See, this just shows you why I, Chris Roloff,
Yes, sir.
am a true talk show host.
You are a true talk show host.
Because I'm going to bring up something completely against Trump in the next hour.
Oh, look at you. So fair and balanced.
So fair and balanced.
You are really just you just ride the fence, man. You're just
No, I don't ride the fence.
You're a moderate. You can see things from both people's perspectives. You're just the well-rounded, reasonable individual.
Thank you. Yes, I am.
Yes.
And I continue to prove it every single day.
Yes.
So there are a group of people. Now I got to think about how I'm going to say this. You know how sometimes I ask you on this radio show to trust me? That I'm going to bring up somebody who wants to say anonymous, but I know they are, who they say they are. And so I ask that you trust me. You don't have to trust them, but trust me. So next hour, there is a guy who's you've never heard of. And those are the most powerful people in Washington. This is a Washington insider who is on the inside of a group who's trying to make sure that Trump is not the nominee in the Republican Party. And yes, he's a Republican. He's a high-ranking Republican who works behind the scenes. You've never seen me. Well, that's not true. You saw me once. But other than that one event, you've never seen me out as a radio guy endorsing a candidate. I did at one event 8 years ago, I guess. Yeah, it would have been 8 years ago for Mitt Romney. Otherwise, I always tell you my endorsement should mean nothing to you. Who am I? I'm just a talk show host. Yeah, I'm educated, kind of. I'm okay. Not the smartest guy in the room. I'm the smartest guy on the right side of the table, but not the left. I try to have high standards when it comes to integrity in journalism. I cannot hold my hands and clap for CNN, MSNBC, Fox, any of them. They all got an axe to grind. I don't have an axe to grind. The only axe I have to grind is your axe. That's all. I'm just like you. I'm just paying taxes, trying to fight the establishment to, raise the taxes and make this into a socialist state, which I very well could see in my lifetime. Do you understand that? I could go from Dwight Eisenhower, a great general who led our country to military victories in Korea, to watching this country totally fall apart in the next 4 to 5 years. It only takes 3 election cycles, 12 years, to change the country. And how does it change? It changes it from a tax situation. It changes it from a Supreme Court situation, which is really the most vital. If we elect a Democrat, a progressive, a low information person, this coming November, put your kids on a slow boat to China. They're probably better off over there. By the way, in a little bit of research, Hillary Clinton has 8.7.
That was from the last campaign she did.
So this was the 2008?
Yeah.
No, wait, is that right? What is this? This is 16.
The
so 8 and 8,
it
yeah.
was 2008, yeah.
So this is $8.7 million in unpaid bills from 2008?
That's what the article says.
And she's the front runner.
But she threw some of her own money, $5 million, in that. So that lowered it to 3.
All right, so it's 3.7. That's 3.7 too much.
Well,
how can we elect somebody to run this country who don't pay their own bills? How do you even stand up and say you have fiscal responsibility?
Well, there's another article here saying that Bill and Hillary are probably worth about $100 million.
Oh, I think it's 3 times that. There's so much money laying around this world for them. You follow Hillary through the Secretary of State. Every time she went around and made some law or got something passed to help some country, all of a sudden she was paid all this money to come speak for them. It's just so obvious. Why? See, you don't see it, do you? Or do you see it and you just don't care?
The latter.
Yeah, you just don't care. You're not willing to put it out there on the table to try to make sure that a Republican gets in, so we don't have to deal with these type of shenanigans with the American taxpayers.
I'm skeptical enough to believe that most politicians are involved in that to some degree anyway.
Well, you're on a website, Bob. Does Mitt Romney owe any money?
Well, they didn't talk about Mitt. I'll have to look that up.
Well, you did find one where John McCain is fully paid.
Yeah, and that was in 2008. That was what I'm reading from that article.
Okay.
So
he paid all his bills in 2008.
Yeah.
All right. So Sarah Palin, is she all paid?
Didn't say.
So we assume she was because it didn't say she didn't.
Right. I would think she'd come under his umbrella.
Sarah would probably.
Yeah.
Would come under what? John McCain? Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay. Mitt Romney's not mentioned owe any money.
Well, it wasn't mentioned.
Okay.
I just don't think it's as exciting as you make it sound to me. It's not as exciting to me. It doesn't surprise me, I guess, is the point. I don't think, oh, what? I thought, but not Hillary Clinton. No, she's such a nice girl. And
so you're going to work hard to defeat her.
No, my point is, what does this have to do with anything? The people that are going to vote for her can know this, and that's not going to change their mind. That's not going to change a Hillary Clinton supporter. A Hillary Clinton supporter is not going to hear this information and go, oh, she didn't pay her bills in Iowa. That's it.
But don't you think they should?
I don't think that should be the primary. I think there is a long list of reasons that they shouldn't be behind Hillary Clinton. I don't think that one single issue is enough to necessarily turn someone's opinion. Now, it might be the proverbial straw that breaks the camel's back, but I don't think that it, in and of itself, is enough for somebody to say, you know what, I'm not going to support Hillary Clinton.
Mac, her voters don't care because they believe, as they believe they are, the big E word. Can anybody guess that word?
Entitled.
Entitled.
Well, here's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that there's a listener to the truth out there who has a real good friend, a soulmate, a sister, a brother in Christ at church in a Bible study, and this person knows somebody who's a big Clinton fan. And every time they get together, he or she tries to help them understand why Clinton's not the one. Because 20% of the electorate out there have not decided on who they're going to vote for.
Sure.
And they're the ones that are going to determine the election. Sure. And if you're an accountant or you're a lawyer or you're a small businessman and you happen to be Democratic and supporting Hillary Clinton, and all of a sudden somebody you really trust from church or from work or from school looks at you and says, do you know she's sitting with $8.7 million that she has not paid since 2008?
Mac, you're the one who's friends with the Polk County chair of the Democratic Party. He's been on this radio station, sat in the mic, and talked into the mic I'm talking to right now. Did you ask him this question?
Will Rogers?
No, Tom. The other Tom.
Tom Henderson.
No, Tom Henderson thinks Hillary Clinton's golden.
Right.
Yeah.
So, is he an idiot? Is he a low information voter?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I'm sorry, Tom, but you are. You don't face the facts. I'm going to read a story here in a minute about turtles in Iowa. And you're like turtles. A turtle in Iowa. You pull your head in, or an ostrich, you put your head in the sand. You told me Hillary Clinton didn't do anything in Benghazi, and it was all a Republican, riffraff, just trying to get Hillary in trouble. I'm sorry, Tom. You lose credibility with me on that. There's just been too many things spat forward.
Mac, I think you will find if you put a lot of Democrats under truth serum that they will secretly tell you they're not really any more happy about Hillary than we are. It's just the fact that they can't say anything or do anything about it unless someone else stands up and can be viable, like Obama in 2008. And so far, Bernie Sanders hasn't done that for him. So there goes Hillary.
Let me put something. Thank you, Frank. Let me put something in this discussion that might be of interest to you. I think that Democrats are intellectually honest and they get how this thing works. And here's a way that they get how this thing works. The Democrats, at least my limited experience, and I am not a know everything kind of guy, but in my limited experience, I've seen Democrats who are for big government. They're for large government. They're for top-down federal control over everything. They want the government to tell us when and where we can do what we can do, when and where we can do it. That's what they want. That's most of them. That is a platform of the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party believes that the government can solve our problems. And here's some good news for the Democrats. That's the kind of people that they've elected. President Obama has been stellar on that for the last 8 years. He has done that. He has shown that the government can get bigger. The government can control more of your life. The government can tell you how much you can get paid, what kind of insurance you can have, where you can do whatever you want to do. Government has gotten much larger under President Barack Obama. They got a good guy.
You can keep your insurance in the doctor.
Right. They're going to lie to us to tell us things, but Democrats know that really what we want is bigger government. Hillary Clinton, I believe, if elected, would continue to advance that same thing. She is going to fulfill the platform of the Democratic Party. So Democrats, whether they like Hillary Clinton or not, is irrelevant because they're not voting for Hillary Clinton on some sort of moral grounds or because she's the best person. But will she uphold the platforms and planks and ideas of the Democratic Party? And the reality is that Hillary Clinton probably will. Here's the problem.
Lying, cheating, stealing all the way to Pennsylvania Avenue.
Here's the challenge, though. As a Republican, myself included, I'm frustrated as all get out. Because the people that are running on the Republican ticket, some of them, I believe, will actually advance the principles and ideas of the Republican Party. Some of them, I don't think will. And the Republican Party as an organization is so divided on what we think is most important, primarily because as Republicans, we believe in a small government, limited government, and free and individualized ideas of right and wrong. We're libertarians in a lot of ways. We want independent freedom. Mac, you want to be free to do almost whatever you want to do. That's part of why you're a Republican.
That's American.
Right. Americans are rebellious, liberty-loving, freedom-loving people. And that's who they are. And the Republican Party, I think, embodies that. The challenge is that we look out at the landscape of today, and what we see is a Republican Party that is radically divided because the people who are in it are radically divided, and they're not unified. And so we're fighting over if we're going to elect Donald Trump or Ted Cruz or Marco Rubio, and those people aren't all the same, and we are fighting. If I was a Democrat, my decision would be easy. I love them both.
All right, well, when we come back after the break, let me tell you how divided they are in the Iowa House. With a 47-2 vote yesterday, the Iowa House voted to protect turtles over unborn babies. 47-2 to protect turtles over unborn babies. You're getting sleepy. When I count to 3, you'll wake up, and this is all be a nightmare. 1, 2, 3. Okay, welcome back. Ronald Reagan is president. The GPO is wonderfully high, and we live in an incredible society where everybody's making tons of money, and schools work hard for our children. We'll be back right here on Liar Radio 99.3.
Northern Lights Pizza's amazing garlic butter makes amazing breadsticks. Now available in 12-ounce bottles at Northern Lights, Hy-Vee, and Graziano's.
Northern Lights Pizza. I'm Brian Leach, owner of Service Legends, and my position is Chief Talent Officer.
I'm Nicholas Wonderscheid.
I am Bernie Homs.
And I'm the Service Manager.
Marketing Director and Client Relations Manager.
Everything that we do is about ensuring that we exceed your expectations.
Our clients are important to us. 100% satisfaction.
We're not just focused on heating and cooling. That's the easiest part of our job, actually, is fixing furnaces and air conditioners.
Everyone that we come in touch with, we want to improve lives.
Bottom line is, we've got our installation guarantees, 25% energy savings guarantee, comfort guarantee, temperature selection guarantee, property protection guarantee.
100% satisfaction guaranteed, fixed rate or it's free.
All of those guarantees are backed up with a 100% money-back guarantee to hold ourselves accountable to making sure that you get what you're after.
Just fixing the problem today. If they have another problem 5 days down the road, it's still fixed right or it's free.
We use what's called straightforward pricing. Our technicians are going to give you an exact to-the-penny price on what it's going to take before they move forward with any repair. That way you know what to expect.
It's the same price every day.
No surprises.
If you get off work at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you come home, you realize that, oh, my furnace is broken. Now you need to call somebody out that night. You shouldn't have to pay more for that.
We're guaranteeing service 24/7.
We run afternoons, evenings, nights, weekends. We're staffed to work that.
Phone rings at 3 in the morning. You'll get one of our representatives answering the phone every time.
We're not sending you out to Timbuktu in some call center. It's our Service Legend team members, our mission control team.
I'll take a call anytime.
And then they answer the phones the same way during the day as they do at night.
It's a great day at your service company. How can we make you smile?
That's the only way to provide true 24-hour service.
When you're able to let somebody actually live in their home safely when they weren't able to do that before, where they don't have to stay up at night and worry about, is the heat going to come back on? Are we going to freeze the pipes? Is the baby in the room next door going to be sick because they got too cold? When you're able to help somebody overcome challenges like that, that's impacting a life. That makes a difference. I get goosebumps thinking about it.
I love the team. I love the people that I work with.
We have fun, but we work hard.
I call them my ambassadors of legendary service. If you could just envision what that is, that's who we're sending to your home.
They literally will call in, pick up the phone and call and say, hey, I want to talk to your manager. And I get on the phone, they're like, that technician that was at my house was the greatest technician ever. That's cool to me.
We want to brighten people's days.
Every person that we have going into the house has gone through an extensive background check.
Drug testing, we have a very thorough interview process that 1 out of 140 people make it through.
If we promise you something, that's what you're going to get, no matter what.
We're here when you need us to protect the safety and comfort of your family.
If you're not happy, we're going to make it right.
If we're willing to put 100% money-back guarantee on what we do, what type of work do you think we do?
Give us a call. We're there for you 24/7, 365 days a year.
Enough said.
.338, good afternoon, 15th day of March in the Lord's year 2016. I'm J. Michael McCoy, and next hour, how do I say this, Bob? So, I mean, the way I want to say it, it sounds like I'm trying to hype something bigger than it is. But next hour, I've got a Washington insider, a name whose you've never heard, because that's what a real insider is somebody who you don't know about.
But they know a lot.
They know everything. And this is one of the gentlemen that's getting involved in we've got to make sure that Trump doesn't get the nomination. I mean, this is a strategist. This is not a bell ringer, a horn sounder, a shiny object in the corner. This is the part of the group that makes things happen in Washington.
Are you thinking of the term whistleblower?
No.
Oh, okay.
So he's going to be on and talk to us a little bit about this anybody but Trump philosophy within the Republican Party, not within both. All right, let me. Amid jokes that lawmakers were sticking their necks out or approving a shell bill, the Iowa Senate passed a measure today to set harvest seasons to help preserve the state's turtle population. House File 2357, which will be sent to Governor Terry Branstad, requires the Iowa Department of Natural Resources to establish seasons and daily catch limits. It also asks the Iowa Natural Resource Commission to review the status of Iowa's turtle population. Seasons established under the law will not apply to the non-commercial harvest of snapping turtles. Let me read that again for you. Seasons established under the law will not apply to non-commercial harvesting of snapping turtles, different than regular turtles. They voted 47-2 with Republicans to make sure that this bill passed. It had previously passed the Iowa House. So let me see here. We got legalized fireworks, right? That's important.
Is it?
That's important.
Has that gone through?
Well, that's gone through the funnel, though. I mean, it's top priority. And
I see.
let me see here.
Got that pipeline thing.
So got that pipeline thing. Yeah, that's important.
Yeah, but there were two people that really don't care about snapping turtles, right?
I think there's two people in this room that don't care about snapping turtles. I just can't believe.
I like snapping turtles.
I can't believe that the Des Moines Register said in a headline piece today that 76% of all Iowans approve of state funding your taxpayer bills to kill babies. I'm sorry, to support Planned Parenthood. Because, Planned Parenthood says none of the state money goes to support our abortion projects. That money comes from lying, cheating, thieving Democrats.
Do they say it that way?
No, that's what I say.
Oh, okay.
That's a paraphrase.
That's a my paraphrase.
That's a Mac paraphrase. Mm-hmm.
That's a paraphrase. That's a paraphrase because I can't. Never mind.
Can we make that a new Macism?
No, because I don't want to act like I'm that arrogant. I don't want to act like I'm that arrogant. I am that arrogant. It just amazes me. And yes, I have friends of mine that says, why does everything go back to life for you? And I look at them, and I must have stupid written on my forehead, Chris, when I look at them, because I say, shouldn't everything go back to life? What's more important than life?
Kind of a big deal.
If you don't have life, nothing else matters. If there's no life, snapping turtles can run free. They can roam up and down the East Court Avenue and just ruin the East Village because nobody cares about life. Fireworks can go off. Pipelines can be built. Do you know that it's a felony? It's a felony to hurt an eagle's egg in the state of Iowa?
I did not know that.
Come on, you did too.
I believe that, yes.
Did you not know that,
seriously? Is that because of the Decorah eagle or whatever it is?
It doesn't matter. Yeah, sure, whatever.
Any eagle?
If I find an eagle egg, if I go out down by Big Creek, where there's a lot of eagles.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know that, but if you want to take your daughter on a warm day.
I've been there.
Okay, they're flying all over like robin's nests.
Yeah, they're pretty.
If I climb up one of those trees, or I take a slingshot, or worse yet, I take a gun, and I kill or destroy, I guess I wouldn't be killing. Well, I think I would be killing an unborn eagle. It's a felony. They can remove me from my family, from my society. They consider me a threat to society, so they will incarcerate me. But if I kill an unborn baby, I'm a hero, and by the way, the government will pay for it. You, Chris Roloff, will pay for it.
Well, I'd rather not.
But you are.
I know it.
You don't have a choice.
Well, you got to stop it.
And now we're going to support turtles.
Well, I don't really support turtles, but
apparently you do.
I'd vote for a turtle.
Do you know who your legislator is? Because he just voted to support turtles over babies.
Is that?
But it wasn't
over babies.
What?
It wasn't. If you vote for this, you can't vote for that.
No,
they weren't directly related. I'm just saying that.
I'll guarantee you, the funding of Planned Parenthood bill.
Right.
The bill to defund Planned Parenthood with government taxpayer money will fail.
Yes.
But the bill to protect turtles?
Yes.
It passed.
I gotcha.
47-2.
Yep. There's two really mean people in the Senate.
I got it.
Service Legend Truth text line is at 515-809-0993. I told my wife, don't let me go to work today. I'm in a bad mood. And then I come in and I find out about this whole turtle thing and Clinton owing $8.7 million, and I just want to complain. It's a good thing I can't get fired because I just want to complain.
Okay, this is about Democrats.
Is this off the text line?
This is off the text line.
All right.
515-809-0993.
Is it a Democrat saying it or a Republican?
Well, they didn't say I'm a Democrat. It just says Democrats do not emphasize, believe that government should be bigger or more controlling. Democrats believe that government was put here to serve all the people, not just the rich and connected. Trickle-down government does not work. All people deserve to be treated equally. Chris.
Yeah, that's right.
Doesn't say Chris, but
that's right. They stuck it to me. Thank you so much for that text, for exactly saying what I said in different words. That's what I meant. If I wasn't very clear, I meant exactly what that person who sent in the text was. They were 100% right. I completely agree with them, and maybe I was not very clear in the way that I communicated. They don't want the government to be bigger, as in filled with rich people. They just want the government to be able to control every aspect of our lives, because everybody matters, and the government should be involved in caring for all people everywhere. The government is our salvation. The government will save us. I'm as a Democrat, that's what a Democrat believes. The government will fix all of our woes.
So all lives matter?
All lives matter.
All.
But uniquely black lives matter. Uniquely white lives, well, white lives don't matter. Uniquely brown lives matter. Not blue lives. Yellow lives matter. I don't know what other kind of colors there are for different ethnicities. Brown. I said brown.
You know the song, red and yellow, black and white.
Red and yellow. Red lives matter.
Okay. How about lives who are still in the mother's womb?
No.
They don't matter, do they?
No, not to the Democrat, apparently. I wish that wasn't the case.
The platform.
I'm sorry. There are pro-life Democrats, no doubt.
No.
Unfortunately, they're
unfortunately, I've never met one.
Unfortunately, they're there.
I've never met one.
They're out there. We just don't know a lot of people.
Al Gore, once upon a time, was a pro-life Democrat before he got on the Clinton ticket.
But in all fairness to the text, I'm really not trying to be sarcastic. The text is absolutely right. The Democratic Party is not about separating people. It's about being a government that takes care of all of the people.
Because you can keep your insurance policy and keep your doctor. And we will be the most transparent government in the history of the United States of America. And there was a video that caused that horrible riot in Benghazi, which caused the death of American soldiers and American lives.
But nobody died in Libya.
Yes. Did you hear that in last night's debate?
I'm sorry.
Hillary Clinton said nobody died in Libya.
See, that's a bigger deal than not paying your bills in Iowa. That's a big deal, Mac.
We're coming back. We're live right here on The Truth.
Yeah, she said that. I mean, that was the...
From the RE/MAX Real Estate Concept Studios, this is Webcast One Live.
Credit cards are like grandkids. They love you, sometimes get out of control, and it's fun to get a new one. Who can stop them from piling on?
Hi, I'm Tom Coates with Consumer Credit of Des Moines. At the end of the day, you can return the grandkids, but you're stuck paying off bad credit card debt. We'll help you put the fun back into using credit cards responsibly. Right, kids?
Yeah! If you need help getting credit cards off your back, call Consumer Credit of Des Moines.
Rockton Prevention is celebrating 25 years of creating a caring community. We want to say thank you to the tens of thousands of Rock High School mentors that have carried our message of health, love, and encouragement to over 1.5 million children, teachers, and parents. Our mentors teach children methods and skills to prevent bullying and drug use. Thank you to all the school administrators, teachers, and counselors for their opportunity to serve you. Rock on, fair citizens. Rock on. This is Pat McManus for Rockton Prevention, the Richard O. Jacobson Foundation, and this station.
Northern Lights Pizza, your home of the tasty crust. Our garlic butter sauce now available in 12-ounce bottles at Northern Lights, Hy-Vee, and Graziano's.
Northern Lights Pizza.
Hi, my name is David Burrier, your Hope Coach. I host a live weekly talk show called I've Been There every Thursday afternoon at 5:30, right here on webcast1live.com, and on my weekly radio program Saturday mornings at 10 on Truth Network 99.3 FM. I interview common everyday people who have survived incredible life challenges and who testify to God's faithfulness in the midst of their storms. So join me as we bring a message of hope and encouragement. Everybody needs hope. I know, as I've been there.
Good afternoon, 10 minutes before the top of the hour, 3:50 on the 15th day of March. Coming up next hour, I've got a... I try not. I don't know why I always stop. The person who discerns against my own mind is myself. Man, I question what I say sometimes. Because I used to just say whatever I wanted to say, and now there's this guy standing next to me named Jesus, and he whispers in my ear, "That's not the truth." Yeah, but Jesus, I'm just trying to make a point on the radio. If the Democrats can do it, why can't I? Mac, it's not the truth. I know, but if we're going to play this political game, we've got to fight fire with fire. Mac, it's not the truth. Okay, I get it. So coming up next hour, here's the truth. Guy I've known 8 years, maybe a little longer. He's a Washington insider. What does that mean? It means you don't know who he is. And the moment he is disclosed, not on my radio program, that's not exposed. I'm not even sure that being on Rush's radio program would be exposed. I think if he went on visually, auditorily, signature-wise, and said, this is what's going on, I think there'd be a people that would go, that's too bad. He was a good one. And he'd be booted out of the insiders. Because Washington establishments, whether you're on one side or the other, they like their anonymity. Well, this man is going to come on the show next hour. And you're going to have to trust me. He is who he is. And if you don't trust me, don't listen. Don't be sending me an email later on going, I don't believe you. Well, then don't listen. This isn't any fun. If you're just going to sit on the sidelines and throw raw eggs at me, I want to be supported by people who want the same thing I do, love the same people that I do, work hard to protect the same people that I do, our families, our church, our Constitution. How about we just start? Hey, here's the deal. Let's forget party. Let's forget faith. Let's just uphold the Constitution. Can we all agree to do that? Oh, wow. Did you hear that? The Democrats all went, no, we can't agree to do that. Because the Constitution doesn't always work in our favor.
Well, and it's a living, breathing document, Mac. It doesn't mean now what it used to mean. You're stuck in the past, buddy.
And see, that's why...
Move forward. Move forward.
That's why low-information voter progressive Democrats have a hard time being a true follower of Jesus. Because there is only one way. And it's been that way for 2,000 years. And they can't have any control over that. They can't have any say in that. It is what it is. That's the rule. That's the law. No. I've got to be able to change it to benefit me. Because I'm so important. It's like a dog that goes around urinating on things just to make their mark. Yes, I am. I am frustrated today. I am really frustrated today. Hillary Clinton said last night that nobody died in Libya. How long are we going to let her get away with this narrative that absolutely infuriates?
I think her quote was, no lives were lost.
Nobody died in Libya. I mean, I don't want to be in an election with people who don't tell the truth. You can always win if you lie. Do you know that? You can always win if you lie. The accuser always wins when good versus evil. It's not until the end of the story that we know that evil is overcome. One more story. I don't even know why. Dateline, Windsor Heights. Apparently, they're not getting enough tax revenue off of what they're doing now. So they are buying a 3D radar unit. And that's because these cameras that they have in these camera units inside these little cars that sit by the side of the street, well, in 2015, records show that only 60% of the drivers caught speeding are issued a ticket because the camera doesn't exactly get the license plate. So we're going to upgrade to a 3D. By the way, you're going to pay for that, City of Windsor Heights, and you're probably okay with that because somehow you think it benefits you. No, it doesn't, because you know what? I'll tell you how you know it doesn't. Today, I needed to go to Bankers Trust. And then I thought, well, you know what? I'm right there by the Dairy Queen, and today's free Dairy Queen Cone Day. Yes. I think Chris just woke up. For 55 minutes into the show.
What? Free ice cream.
Free ice cream cone
I'll
today.
be right back.
Plus, they make some of the best hamburgers. They really do.
They do.
But you know where I didn't go? I didn't go to Windsor Heights. Because I could have gone to the Bankers Trust, and then right across the street to the east, I could have gone to the Dairy Queen. But I don't trust the Windsor Heights police. Why do you think 60% of the tickets aren't paid? Because most of the people don't believe that that little camera of theirs is really telling the truth. So they're going to spend more money to get a 3D. You know what that would mean, 3D? It's just a better picture. I mean, they're going to be able to read the license plate better. So when you go in and say that wasn't me, and you can prove that your car was sitting in the parking lot of Wells Fargo because you worked there at that very time because you were locked in, they won't care. And they'll still say little ID3PO 3D knows more than you do.
I didn't know
C3PO.
They named the cameras. That's nice.
I'm naming it.
You name the cameras. That's
Yes.
nice.
One-armed bandit.
Yes.
That's what I'm going to name it.
Well, they're landlocked, right? They cannot expand.
They can't grow. No.
So that's part of the problem.
Well, live within your means. You're the one that decided as Windsor Heights not to go any farther west or any farther north. Well, I guess you couldn't go north. Well, was Windsor Heights before Urbandale? I would like to see that. Anyway. Nobody thought Des Moines would ever grow west. I don't know if you know this, but everybody thought Des Moines would end at the beginning of West Des Moines. So their focus was all on the south and all on the east. If you lived here in Iowa, or if you lived here in Des Moines 50 years ago, like I did, 40 years ago, there wasn't any talk about west. Valley West Mall was out in the middle of nowhere. And then all of a sudden, Clive, Urbandale, Johnston, Waukee decided, hey, we're going to be something someday. So they got smart. All right, coming up next hour, a Washington Insider tells you why he's working very hard to make sure that Donald Trump is not the nominee. And this is not an anti-Trump guy as much as he's a pro-American guy. You're going to hear from a man who really, truly believes that Donald Trump would be a bigger disaster than Barack Obama. I need to hear that. I'm not saying I agree, but I need to hear, because I don't think there could be anything worse for this country than another 4 or 8 years of a Democratic, progressive, low-information voter Obama administration. But we'll listen to him. Tom Coates will be in the house also. It's the second hour of a Tuesday on Max World Live, here on The Truth. Kind of hard to swallow sometimes, but remember, it will set you free. The Truth, 99.3.